The gearbox of my old Ford Jeep kept giving me trouble. Seeing that I was constantly repairing it, some people suggested that this was the fate of old military Jeeps, so I should remove its gearbox and install a new model of a Willys Jeep gearbox. But I did not want to ruin the originality of this ancient Jeep by replacing old parts. In my attempt to preserve its originality, I had to get under the Jeep once a month to disassemble its gearbox and repair it. That day, while I was getting under the Jeep and repairing its gearbox, I saw two legs wearing khaki pants coming towards me from under the Jeep. I suddenly remembered the police department and was shocked, but since they were legs that were not broken, I thought to myself, which other department they belonged to, as I was loosening the bolts. The visitor, thinking that I had not noticed him coming since I was driving a Jeep, coughed a couple of times. It was like a coughing calling bell in our direction. If there is no one in sight near the house, they cough and make a noise. Perhaps there are some problems if we want to call them using language. What is the name of the household? Should we call them by name? Should we call them Swami? Should we use the plural? Should we use the singular? What are the difficulties we have to face if we want to call them using language? If we cough a couple of times instead, all these problems will not exist. So the visitor coughed a couple of times more. Who are you? I asked. I am Swami. Who am I? I can only see your feet here. I am Lineman Swami. Who is Lineman Tippana? It's not the telephone department, Swami, we are the current ones. I am Lineman Durgappa Swami. Why are you so angry with the telephone department? If you see them, don't you feel bad? Isn't that the only job I have? That's not a department, sir. Our telephone is a wire cutter. The telephone is noisy, and they are always calling us every day. I got out from under the Jeep. Durgappa was standing there with a cutting pliers and a wire cutter in his hand. What news? I asked. No news, Swami. What else did you come up with? Just come here, he said. If you listened to him, you would have understood that he had come all this way because he had nothing to do. If so, I thought that he was asking for some reward or a donation, or maybe he was making this introduction to ask for coffee beans or cardamom for home use. This is a big problem with us. Those who came do not say exactly what they came for. They stand there, calculating how we are feeling. They stand there talking about this and that. We ourselves have to ask them in various ways and make them talk. Until then, they stand there talking about things that have nothing to do with what they came for. I did not have the patience for all this that day. Just come here. Why did you stay here all this time? Tell me what you came for, Mara. I have no patience for you to stand there talking to you, I said in an impatient voice. Nothing, I just wanted to give you a little, Swami. That's it. Why did you say anything else? What's the big deal? Tell me. Why give me a little work?